New in the last 5 minutes, aftermath of attack on church in Surabaya, Indonesia. Church is attacked by family of bombers in the last 10 minutes. Turkey condemns terror attacks in Indonesia. Video. Indonesia. Church is attacked by family of bombers in the last half hour. Indonesia. Church bombings leave 10 dead, dozens injured. Church bombings in Indonesia's second biggest city leave 13 dead in the last hour. Surabaya's church bombings carried out by JAD Family of 6. GMMF condemns suicide bomb attacks on 3 churches in Surabaya, Indonesia. Church is hit by suicide bombings, at least 11 dead. Indonesia. Deadly Surabaya church attacks committed by family in the last 2 hours. Family of 6 suicide bombers, including small children, attacks churches at least 13 killed. The suicide bombers hit Indonesian churches, 11 killed, dozens hurt. In Indonesia. Church attacks. Surabaya church attacks leave several dead. Family of suicide bombers attack Indonesian churches, at least 13 dead. Family of suicide bombers attack Indonesia churches, 13 dead. Oman condemns terror attacks in Indonesia. France. Timor opposition alliance looks set to win after violence hit campaign. PM condemns Indonesia church attacks. Family of suicide bombers attack Indonesia churches, at least 13 dead. Suicide bombers target 3 churches in Indonesia, killing at least 10 in the last 4 hours. Stay calm, vigilant, Jokowi tells public. Indonesian church suicide bombers from same family. Police chief. London prepares for the wedding of the decade. US imposes duties on some pet resin imports. Joint global efforts only way to eradicate terrorism. President. Suicide bomber family attack churches. Suicide bombers kills at least a dozen in attacks on churches in Indonesia. Senators react to declaration issued by Indonesia Ulama Conference. Islamic State group claims deadly Indonesia church attacks. PH condoles with Indonesia after church bombings. Family sent their children to launch deadly suicide attacks on church. Pope close to the people of Indonesia following Surabaya church attack. Single family blamed for series of deadly suicide attacks on churches. One family behind Indonesia church attacks that killed 11 people. Surabaya in shock at church bombings. One family behind Indonesia blasts. One family behind Indonesia church attack that killed 11 people. The latest. Indonesia says church bombers from one family. Indonesia president says attacks on churches barbaric. Suicide attack on 3 churches in Indonesia, at least 11 dead. Suicide bombers attack churches in Indonesia. Indonesia holds parades to promote upcoming Asian Games. Ministry says no reports of Korean casualties in Indonesia. Bomb attacks, 11 dead. In church suicide bomb attacks in Indonesia. PH condemns suicide bombings in Indonesia. Suicide bombers target churches in deadly Indonesia attacks in the last 6 hours. Nearly 50 killed, injured in suicide bombings at 3 churches in Indonesia. Jakarta. Security beefed up ahead of Asian Games. 3 churches in Indonesia have been attacked. Suicide bombers hit Indonesian churches, 11 dead, 41 hurt. Surabaya church bombings might be linked to Islamic State. Experts. 11 dead and 41 wounded in Surabaya terror attacks. Active bombs found. 11-year-old among fatalities in Surabaya bombings. Indonesia conference. A good chance for Taliban. Ghani church bombings in Indonesia. Surabaya leave 11 dead. Riau Islands on highest alert after Surabaya bombings. Bahrain condemns church bombings in Indonesia. Suicide bombers in deadly attacks on 3 churches in Indonesia. Church bombings in Indonesia's second biggest city leave 11 dead, 11 killed as suicide bombers hit Indonesian churches. Suicide bombers kill 11, wound dozens in Indonesia. At least 11 killed, dozens injured in Indonesia. Church bombings. Singapore condemns heinous bomb attacks at churches in Indonesia. 3 churches in Indonesia have been attacked. Timor opposition alliance looks set to win. At least 9 people killed in church bombings in Indonesia. Police. Taiwan president sends condolences over Indonesia bombings. Paris attack Indonesia church bombings kill 9 and leaves dozens injured. Chandra terror suspects plotting Ramadan attacks. Police. At least 11 dead in bomb attacks on Indonesian churches. Indonesia jobs development. Jobs Indonesia.